Geo-metric, a perceptual dataset of distortions on faces. In this work, we take a novel perception-centered approach to quantify 3D geometric distortions. This is important because perceptually driven methods in computational geometry can result in better outcomes for several key applications. To conduct our study, we first generated a dataset composed of 100 meshes representing human faces. In order to ensure that our dataset is representative of a diverse population, our data is balanced evenly between males and females and mimics a demographic distribution of the US Census. Next, we introduce a carefully selected set of distortions that can present themselves in computer graphics applications. We study noise at 4 different frequency levels, which can mimic distortions introduced by compression, spectral domain operations, reconstruction artifacts, or watermarking. We also study simplification, caused by decimation algorithms, which are the core of techniques like level of detail rendering. Finally, we study smoothing, often happening due to remeshing or downsampling. For each of these artifacts, we generate meshes at 4 different distortion magnitudes, which were carefully selected in a pilot study. It's important that the magnitudes are spaced apart in a way that the comparisons are not obvious or impossible, so that we can use our data to build a unified perceptual scale for each artifact. In addition, we tested 2 more perceptual effects and their combinations. To understand how the perception of each artifact changes with distance, we show the object in a close and far setting. We also know humans are very sensitive to distortions on faces, but we wanted to know how much. We were inspired by the famous Thatcher illusion to test heads flipped upside down, which can reduce the effectiveness of face recognition pathways in our visual system. Once our distortion dataset was ready, we began our large-scale subjective experiment. We asked our subjects which of 2 heads was less distorted when compared to a reference, which was shown between them. 100 paid participants took part in our study. Each person performed 3 full hour-long sessions with 280 trials each. In total, we gathered over 84,000 subjective measurements in the biggest data collection effort for geometrical distortions ever. We use a state-of-the-art statistical model to convert this data to a perceptually uniform scale, measured in just objectionable difference units. This value is directly tied to the subjective quality choices made by our users, and can even be converted into a probability of preference of one mesh over another. We can use our data to calibrate metrics to our perceptual just objectionable difference scale. This allows us to use these metrics to make predictions that were previously impossible, like estimating the probability a distortion is noticed or accounting for viewing distances. We demonstrate some applications of our retargeted metrics. For example, we can automatically select the lowest bitrate for mesh compression that lies below a perceptual threshold. We also show a use case where retargeted metrics can be employed to automatically select the moment when a mesh should be swapped for a lower detail level version in level of detail rendering. Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoy our paper. Our face dataset and experimental results can be downloaded at this link.